Well, sometimes all you really need is an indie corner, and indie it's going to be indeed today. I'm looking at a band from Minneapolis and their second album. And today we can really ask ourselves the question that often comes with all kinds of indie music: what genre is this? There will be a bit of country, a bit of soft rock or 70s yard rock, some psychedelic elements, but also nice 80s keyboards, and all that mixed together on today's album. Let's find out more about Night Moves. Yeah, so we're not talking about the ultimate Bob Seger tribute band here, but about three friends, three high school friends from Minneapolis, and their second full length release called Pennied Days. But first of all, of course, the question: who the hell are Night Moves, if not a Bob Seger tribute band? Here's a little bit of information that I could sort of collect together from the World Wide Web. Night Moves were founded by John Pallant, Mickey Alfano, and Mark Ritzema, who all went to the same high school in Minneapolis. At first, this was a loose, fun project, but from 2009 onwards, the trio pursued their musical career with more seriousness. From the very beginning, the influences of the various band members made it difficult even for the band to pinpoint and find their own style. However, after a few first gigs, they were approached by a manager who enjoyed their mixture of folk, psychedelic pop, and more contemporary influences. Eventually, Domino Records offered Night Moves a deal. In 2012, they found drummer Jared Isabella as their constant drummer, and Night Moves went into the studio to record their debut album, Colored Emotions. In March 2016, they released their second full-length album, Pennied Days. And so they released Pennied Days in 2016. This is my vinyl copy. I think this is a 2016 pressing released on Domino Records, which is a wonderful label for all kinds of indie rock, indie pop music. Highly recommended. The inner sleeve that comes with a picture of the two main guys from the band, and at the back here you have all the lyrics. Somebody's shouting outside in the street. This is the record, side B, and this is the label on side A. Yeah. The artwork here, done by a Darren Dominic Davis, has a very psychedelic vibe about it, or, something very flowery, maybe a bit shoegazy or dream pop like. And overall, the album isn't as psychedelic as you might think, judging from from the cover, but there certainly are psychedelic and definitely dream pop elements in the music of Night Moves. So, yeah, let's get into the tracks. The band are a five-piece on this album. Um, John Pallant, vocals, guitar, piano, and harmonica. Mickey Alfano, or Alfano, bass. Jared Isabella, drums. Mark Ritzema, guitar. And Aaron Baum, keyboards and piano. Sorry if I mispronounced any of those names. And coming to this review, I tried to remember how I got aware of this album. And I can't really remember. Internet. I was certainly aware of Carl Sagan, which is also the opening track. A kind of indie single, probably from the radio. But the song that really sold me to this album was another one, which I'll get to in due time. And I really wonder where I heard it, because in 2016, and I bought this album actually a couple of years later, the days where I would frequently listen to the radio or to indie shows on the radio were actually long gone. So I wonder where I really heard it. Possibly it came up in a playlist from somebody, from some radio DJ who also used to post his playlists, and probably I listened into it and then decided, okay, there are already two songs that I really enjoy. Maybe I should get my hands on this album. Also, one of the first newer releases I bought after I got a turntable. Yeah. But yeah, to cut a long story short, let's really now get into the music on Pennied Days. So we open up with, as I've mentioned, Carl Sagan. That's the name of the song. Carl Sagan was an astronomer and astrophysician who also did TV series and some movies. The song doesn't mention him. The lyrics, however, are very existentialist, looking at how insignificant our lives can be, or how, random maybe things feel, but eventually might add up to something bigger. At least that's how I read the lyrics. Yeah, but the lyrics and their vague meanings aside, this song can simply be enjoyed as a lovely little, more or less laid back indie rock or indie pop song. It's built around, or the most noteworthy element actually is a dreamy little catchy guitar lick, psychedelic organ. So already here on this first track, I think what you can hear very nicely is Night Moves, to me, rather unique blend between 60s psychedelia, more modern indie influences, as well as a very strong root in 70s singer-songwriter rock, Americana, and American soft rock, arguably. John Pallant, who is also the main songwriter in the band, often sings in a high tenor or even falsetto. It all sounds very earnest, but also very heartfelt. I've read some reviewers criticize that the vocals become a bit grating over time because they always sound so very serious and dramatic. But I can't agree. I really enjoy John's vocals on the whole album, actually. And yeah, Carl Sagan is one of the catchier, more immediate tracks on this album. It's a great opener and also a great introduction to the band. Yeah, maybe give this track a chance if you enjoy it. If you like it, you probably will enjoy a lot of the rest on this album. If the sound of Carl Sagan is not to your taste, I can already tell you that Night Moves probably will not be a band to win you over. Things continue with Denise Don't Wanna See You Cry, a song that I think, like Carl Sagan, also was a single, or at least there's a video available for this track. It's the most up-tempo song on the album. It's got a quite driving rhythm. Also guitars, but those are very much drenched in reverb, so it's all a bit dreamy and hazy. And some keyboard or synthesizer sounds that again create this strange mix between a lot of 1970s influences and a more modern indie pop approach. The song overall also has something quite nocturnal, not only because the lyrics talk of the night, but I think also the sound is very much like, I don't know, running through the city at night with the neon lights, but maybe being lonely in the street, or driving in a car through the darkness. I'm fantasizing here. There's a strong sense of longing and despair in the lyrics, especially in the vocal delivery. Again, they are a bit enigmatic, those lyrics, or a bit oblique. Yeah, this seems to be about a relationship that is not really happening, or an unhappy relationship, but still there's this strong feeling of longing. Sometimes in the middle of the night, she will call me up, late at night, sighing, and the feelings that I am wanting to belong, just sometimes. But Denise don't want to see you cry. We won't exactly get party vibes from this kind of lyrics or music, but as an indie dream pop track, this is the cream of the crop, in my opinion. Fantastic song. Denise Don't Want to See You Cry. And John Pallant doesn't become a funny entertainer on the next track either. That one is called Leave Your Light On, and that was the song which made me want to check out this whole album. It's a bit more down to earth, very classic 70s country rock or soft rock sound with relaxed electric guitars, strummed acoustic guitar. So there is a certain, well, not really country element, but a certain Americana, West Coast element in the music, especially on this track. But most of all, to me, this particular song sounds like a tune that George Harrison could have written. Yeah, in the lyrics, the singer again looks back at a relationship that didn't last, but all delivered in a sunny, bright melody to die for. One of the best tracks I've heard in years. Maybe this sounds a little bit like exaggeration, but I'm really, really fond of Leave Your Light On. Um, it's the highlight on this album for me personally. And also one of the best songs I've heard from Night Moves in general. Track 4 is called Border on Border. On that one, we get a bit more piano and again, very dreamy keyboards, as well as that reverb drenched guitar that once more provides a very catchy little lick. And it's a mid-tempo song. Most of the songs on this album actually stay, I think, about the same speed, the same amount of RPMs. But that's not a bad thing. I think Pennied Days thus provides a very unified atmosphere. The main lick in this song, however, sounds more modern, maybe also due to the drum beat, to the groove, and well, it actually sounds like something that should be sampled for a hip-hop track. Lyrically, we are again dealing with detachment, being together but feeling lonely, sort of, desperate attempts to gain human closeness. But at the same time, it's not really about a relationship, or it's a dysfunctional relationship. A lot of the lyrics are really quite sad, but are counterbalanced by the laid back sound of the band. Kind Luck ends the first side, a track that again sounds more like a 70s soft rock or singer-songwriter track, because it's got those bright, sunny acoustic guitar chords. Again, was a little bit reminded of George Harrison, not necessarily in the lyrics or the vocals, but well, those kind of chord progressions really could have come from a mid-70s George Harrison record. It's another beautiful little track that once more underlines for me that this is the perfect album for a warm summer evening or summer night. Side 2 opens with the album's more or less epic Hiding in the Melody. It's a 7-minute track that, however, perfectly continues the sound we've had on side 1, especially in tracks like Border on Border. So it also has this very mellow dream pop meets 70s soft rock sound. There even is a bit of a guitar solo in the end. Another really beautiful song. Starlight Stroll then increases the tempo a little bit again. The song starts with an interesting and tricky offset or shifted meter. then goes back into a more straight, laid back rhythm. This song also seems to talk about imminent loss or looking back at something you once had and are have now lost or are going to lose. Musically, to be honest, the song sounds really a lot like a combination of all the other songs that have gone before. So maybe you could accuse Night Moves a little bit of always sounding the same, more or less, especially on side two of this album. But if it's a sound that you like, there's not a lot to complain about, to be honest. Then we get to track 8, which is called Alabama, and is a kind of piano ballad. Again, I would categorize this as sort of dream pop meets 70s sound. There's a section in the song where, interestingly, John Palland all of a sudden sings in a deeper, lower register and almost sounds like a completely different singer. The song also has a vague early Bruce Springsteen vibe. Think of the album The River, maybe. So not the hard rocking Bruce Springsteen, but when Bruce Springsteen was trying to do Motown influenced pop songs. And the last song is called Only to Live in Your Memories. That's a really cool track. The lyrics seem to refer to, I'm not really sure again, maybe a final romantic meeting, a last night together, or it could also be a one night stand or a couple that only meets occasionally. There's talk of a hotel room and, yeah, keeping the other in mind. It's a very slow song with an almost bluesy guitar, but those, dreamy layers of keyboards and that slow but punchy beat also show a certain affinity for modern R&B or, well, even hip hop in the music. It's a very interesting mishmash of elements that is combined to form a rather unique sound. If you are looking for indie music that isn't just, strumming away on your untuned guitars, or on the other hand, that isn't too electronic, Night Moves provide a very interesting approach to modern yet somehow nostalgic sounds on their album Pennied Days. It's a very homogenic album, as mentioned. The atmosphere, the overall tempo and mood of the songs are more or less the same throughout, which is maybe a pro or a con, depending on what kind of album you like. Usually I am the one who likes albums that are a bit more dynamic and also maybe switch styles a little bit in their running time. This is something that this album doesn't do at all, but somehow it works perfectly for me if I am, just in that right mood for this kind of sound. Also, maybe the side 2 doesn't add too much to the musical range, to the musical palette. Um, you've heard all of this actually on side one. I also think side one has the little bit better or stronger songs, but this entire album really is a nice little discovery. So far, Night Moves have released three full length albums and a couple of EPs. Their latest EP, I think, was released 2 years ago in 2022. So I'm strongly hoping for another full length album anytime soon. I think this band should be talked about more, and especially this album deserves to be heard, to be maybe rediscovered. As mentioned, it was released in 2016, and I think outside of the indie circles, the hipster music press that has an eye on smaller indie releases, this one didn't gain a lot of attention, which is a shame based on the strength of a lot of the songs on here. I could go on about this album and this band and repeat myself for several minutes more, but I think we all would like to enjoy the remaining summer nights. I'm recording this in early August. So, with that, thanks for watching to the end if you've made it. And see you again either in the Indie Corner or for a regular album review, a ranking, or any other of my strange little nerdy music lists here on Murdock's Music Minutes.